everyone. As you saw in the title, today I'm drawing a lemon bar as a human. My reason for this is because it's almost the end of summer in the United States, and when I think of summer desserts, I think of a lot of things, but what I could really see as a human was a lemon bar. And I think it's just because they have a much more constructed opinion around them, or not opinion, but an environment, a setting. When I think lemon bar, I think southern. I think like there's sun and you're out at a not barbecue, but an outdoor meal, which is sometimes referred to as a picnic. I do not use picnic, but an outdoor meal or like just some sort of family event. It's jovial, but for a little twist because the main ingredient is lemon. I wanted to show the sour side or tartness as I describe it from time to time in making her a lawyer. I like to give all of my drawings a story, which includes their career, their setting, all of it. Like the giraffe from last month, she'd probably be a model or a zoologist because of her height and giraffes often being seen in zoos. So, this lemon bar, whose name I haven't figured out, the first thing that came to mind is Lola, because Lola Lemon. But she's a lawyer because lawyers aren't sour, but they have to have some edge to them to be able to fight for their client, as well as the like play on the name being bar and lemon, and lawyers pass the bar exam. So I thought that worked out pretty well. And in coming up with the lawyer look, I referred to Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, um, because she's just, I feel like her type of outfit would be more fun to draw than a typical pantsuit that I imagine most lawyers in. Um, so yeah. And then as for her heels, I made them super high because lemon bars are a small treat. So her the human counterpart would be a short woman. So at most she's maybe 5 foot, and I gave her what I did not measure as, but imagine to be 6 inch heels, or more accurately, stilettos. I also made them super tall heels because I feel like the taller the heel, the more powerful. And if we're gonna go negative connotation, attitudinal, the person wearing the heels. I don't think that can be applied everywhere, but I use that as my reasoning in this drawing. Um, I like to lean more into the higher the heel, the more powerful. But I've also learned that it's more so about the confidence that you carry in your gait, um, that determines the quote unquote power. Not quote unquote, but like the power that you carry with you. So yeah. And then her hair, I had I had some difficulty figuring out the hairstyle for Lola, as I will call her, um, because when I think country, because I was thinking specifically Southern Belle, I think big hair like Dolly Parton, and the Dolly Parton possibly also works because she's Southern and blonde, because it's a lemon, and so the entire color scheme for her outfit, her hair is yellow. Um, so yeah, I was thinking like big hair, but I didn't want it too big because I didn't want to like knock off balance what I was trying to establish of Southern Belle and Sweet with excuse me, Southern Belle and Sweet with um like attitude. No, attitudinal doesn't feel like the right word, but like the assumed sharpness of a lawyer. And so I hope like in the end I conveyed that well with the hair, because as you will see, um the hair will change quite a lot because I was like trying to find that balance and I just couldn't see references of what I was trying to convey or portray in the drawing. Yeah. So It started as a ponytail because I was like, lawyers, which now I think about it, in a lot of TV shows, they actually don't have their hair up. It's normally down, if I'm remembering correctly from Law and Order SVU. And like Elwood's, she did not have her hair up, but I was thinking like she needs to have her hair up because ponytail, you just need it out of the way to do all the work that you need to do. Um, yeah. And then her eyes, I was having trouble with her eyes because I got the eyelashes great. I love how I sketched the eyelashes, specifically on what you see as the left. They have the perfect curvature to them. I love these eyelashes. But it was whenever I would draw the eyes, they looked dead to me. Like they looked flat, is the best way I can put that. Like, put words to it. And she's supposed to be sweet, like the bar version, with like the sweet part of a lemon. So that didn't work. So I briefly considered just having closed eye smile, but that's not how I saw it. So I just kept trying and I kept working and I got it, and I'm happy with it. However, the end result was she resembles Sabrina Carpenter. At the moment, she doesn't. I think I could have kept this face and it would have worked, but that's not how it happened. But I'm happy with it still because Sabrina Carpenter's pretty, so it worked out. And I'm pretty sure she ended up looking like Sabrina Carpenter because I normally don't just work on one. I don't think most artists work on just one drawing like the whole time through. Like we get inspired and do different projects simultaneously. So I was thinking about drawing at the time Sabrina Carpenter's like her holding a puppy and releasing like the title of her new album. And so I think that like seeped into this drawing, and it also probably wasn't unhelpful that I listened to Short and Sweet while drawing the lemon bar, because I feel like the album perfectly captured the palette or taste flavor profile of a lemon bar, because not only is it short and sweet, some of the songs they're good, but like they are like there's some sourness to the sweet. Again, I mean this in a good way because it worked and it helped me remember what I was trying to incorporate into this lemon bar as a human. So I'm grateful for it. So yeah, I will let you see the rest of my process in drawing this lemon bar as you listen to some nice music. if you notice, her eyes are now green. The reason behind this is I wanted her to look less like Sabrina Carpenter, and I see now that that was counterintuitive or counterproductive because she has greenish blue eyes, so it made her look more like Sabrina Carpenter. But my thinking was lemons are plants and they come from, and like their stems or they normally have green leaves attached to them, so that's why I would incorporate the lemon bit. But that did not help. So they will be brown again, and the reason they were brown in the first place is because lemon bars normally have some sort of crumble or crumb bottom, and they're a brown color. So, like as the briefcase shows, which is sort of a tan color, I wanted to incorporate all parts of the dish: the brown crumble, the sour sweet flavor profile, and the environment that they're normally enjoyed in. When I was first thinking of the concept for this drawing, I had in mind as a background a skyline office that you would like that I associated with the lawyer I was drawing. But that seemed like it was leaning too much into the lawyer side of her character, and not enough into like how a lemon bar is in totality. So I tried, as you saw, different colors to just maybe make it just focus on the lemon bar mainly, or her human counterpart, and that just told the story of the lemon bar. But in the end, I decided to go with a outdoor meal, as I referenced earlier, because that's where I most associated lemon bars to be. And even though it took longer than it actually didn't take longer than anticipated. It probably would have taken the same amount of time as an office, but the dimensions worked out better for me in terms of where her footing would be, and it was just more colorful than I had planned if I were to have drawn the office setting. So I'm happy with my decision in the end, but it did take some time to get to that place. I was trying different colors. I deleted the clip, but there was like it was gonna be a pastel yellow background with doodled lemon silhouettes, but that didn't feel like enough for me. So I made it this outdoor meal setting, like at a park that you would find them to take place in. we've made it to the end. I really had fun working on this drawing. The bird was one of my favorite additions to it. I felt like it just feels more natural with it there. Um, I never Googled a bird to like have a reference for it, but I feel like it's either a blue jay or a pigeon. I'm not sure, but either way, I think it's cute, and I'm glad I incorporated it into this drawing. Um, the playlist for it was fun. I had some Sabrina Carpenter, the song by that group from AGT that I can't remember, but they basically remixed Jolene and said, you know what? No, you can have them. We're good. Um, that was fun. I feel like it helped with a southern vibe, and also um, Neil Diamond for Sweet Caroline, because I thought of Sweet Southern Belle, and that was helpful in getting the jovialness of Lola's character. Um, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you in the next one in October, and if your day isn't going well, you can always make it better.